if it's a high ticket amount, pay it down within like the first 6 months. Okay, so you're not paying a tremendous amount in interest. A lot of people will pay it down, 80%, 90% within the first 3 months, which is fine. You can do that. As long as you have a nice chunk left that you can pay those payments over time, that's really what matters, because the goal is to get a 2-year history, okay, or more, right? Because you want to show consistency. You want to show that you've been able to maintain account and pay that bill on time. And a lot of times when you pay a big lump sum, it'll tell you you don't have a payment due until 2027. So you can literally just let it roll every month because you're all paid up. So you really won't have a payment due for a long time, which is fine, because it's just going to continue to help build your credit profile on auto. So that's why it's so important to understand how this whole thing works, because you don't want to pay it and close it too soon, right? Because the goal is to get that long-term, installment history on your credit profile, especially if you're younger and you have not ever paid off a vehicle or you don't have a lot of credit history. This is a great way to just establish that credit history. And like I said, 2 years is the goal, but again, you can go up to 5 years or more, just depending on the terms of everything. So you really just got to do what's best for you. And if you're just not sure, you can always book a call using the links below in the description. Now, a lot of people always ask, how do you join Navy Federal? And that's a great question, because yes, Navy Federal does specialize in helping the military community. However, they also specialize in the military family. Okay, so you can apply for membership in around 10 minutes using the online application. If you have a family member that is a Navy Federal member, you can use their membership ID to become a member. Now, even if you apply for membership for children via the minor membership, you can do that on the application online. So you can even apply for minors. Okay, so if you have children, get them into Navy Federal, get them into some banking accounts so they can start building up. All you have to do is call right over the phone. I never have visited a Navy Federal branch unless I picked up a check from them, and that was when I bought my car. So, and that was only because I wanted to, pick it up right then and there. They could ship it to you if you really wanted them to. So you don't necessarily need to go into a branch. You can call the number here on the screen, 888-842-6328, and open up a bank account right over the phone. Now, if you are a business owner, you would need to establish the personal account before you opened up the business account, because again, they are a relationship bank. Okay, if you are ready to join, now is a great time to join Navy Federal. Okay, they specialize in active duty, retired, and veterans. Okay, so these are all of the different categories that they specialize in. It's really, for Army, Marine, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, National Guard, Space Force, delayed entry program, DoD officer candidates, DoD reservists, veterans, retirees, and more. So they also specialize in the Department of Defense civilians. So these are DoD civilian employees, U.S. government employees assigned to DoD installations, DoD contractors assigned to U.S. government installations, DoD civilian retirees, and more. Family members qualify. So if you are related to anybody in the military, they do not need to be a Navy Federal member in order for you to get into Navy Federal. So if you say, for example, your parent, grandpa, spouse, sibling, your child, your grandchild, or any of your household members are Navy or a member, you would qualify. So if your parent was in the service, if your grandparent was in the service, okay, if your grandparent was in the Navy, if your grandparent was in the Army, you can qualify to get in. You do not need to have them have an account. Okay, you just need to say, hey, my mom was in the military. They're probably going to ask you for their DDT 14 number. If you have it, great. If not, just let them know you don't have it. A lot of military family members might not still be with us today, RIP, but if they are not, just let them know, hey, unfortunately, my family member has passed. I don't have any of their documentation, but they were in the service, and if you have any proof, provide them with proof. But if you have any family members who served, parents, grandparents, spouses, sibling, children, or grandchildren,